I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, 99th and Fort, in northwest Omaha.
Brian's little brother was killed in an accident, and Brian decided to look for a place away from the city after that and found it in a magazine at Baker's. Got lucky.
We had 2 kids at the time, and we just figured that we didn't want our kids growing up in a big city where there was a lot of violence and everything, so we just were kind of looking kind of like back in the old hometown, you know, where everybody knows everybody and it's a little safer, and we found this place then.
And then Brian got in his accident about 5 years after we moved here and was paralyzed from the waist down.
I hit some black ice and the pickup just slid off the road, and I went over like a 35-foot embankment, and it rolled and it threw me out of the pickup, and I laid out there for 12 hours until the sheriff drove by 3 times, and then the 3rd time he found me.
After that, it just was not good. I fought cancer, and now I have another infection, and he has another infection, so we're both trying to get better.
You know, everything just started falling apart, and the biggest frustration was that me and my dad, my brother could have done it, but my dad died and my brother died, and then I got my car wrecked, so the biggest frustration was that I couldn't do it.
In the basement, there's a whole room down there that they had to wall off that just was filled with mold. So they walled it off and sealed it up.
Is that all full of water?
Yes, it fills up when it rains, and we have to take it down and redo it, and take it down and redo it every time it rains. It's all rotted underneath, so nobody can walk on this one. This deck is all pulling away from the house, including up by the door to get out. It's starting to completely rot.
What would you love to see after this is all said and done, after they're raising the money?
I want it easier for my wife and my kids, I guess. You know, I mean, I just don't want them to see them struggle all the time. You know, I'd just like to see something go right for them instead of everything going, you know, the other way all the time.
What would it mean to you, your family, if you raised enough money?
I just don't even know what to say to that. It would be overwhelming.
It would mean the world if everything was done and they didn't have to worry about anything. That's what it'd mean to me.